Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Ferrari 360. In this episode we're going to be taking the car for a quick spin just to give you a feel of what it's like to drive this car, and I'm going to give you a few of my thoughts about the first few weeks of ownership. So the first thing I've got to say is apologies for being so sweaty and perspiring. One of the issues that's wrong with this car is the air conditioning compressor, and so at the moment I don't actually have any decent air conditioning, or actually any air conditioning at all, so I'm having to just rely on the external air being blown through the cabin. So apologies for that. I feel like I'm dripping already. Getting that fixed soon. So here we are, driving the Ferrari 360. First impressions are that it's very much more like a go-kart than the Audi R8. This is a very light, nimble machine, much more lightweight construction, and you can see that in the cabin itself. There's not the same kind of use of very heavy materials. There's not the big center console like there was in the Audi. It's all a little bit more pared down for that pure lightweight racing experience. Steering wheel is completely free of any kind of buttons whatsoever, except the two horn buttons on the under your thumbs. So you really get focused on the pure driving experience with the plain unadorned steering wheel. You've got your two paddles here, up and down. You've got your gear indicator within the large central tachometer. You've got your speedo off to the right there, and other gauges on the left. A very 1990s style fuel gauge here with kind of LCD bars. And yes, we have a check engine light. I'm being bathed in the warm glow of a check engine light, and that's because it has an issue with some of the fuel evaporative system. I think it might be just a loose fuel cap or a seal on the fuel cap. I'll get that sorted pretty soon. The other thing that's very noticeable about this particular car is obviously the noise in the cabin, which is pretty insane and pretty intense. Even with the windows closed, it is loud in here. It's not necessarily a particularly relaxing place to be for a long journey. There's a point about 2000 RPM where there's a bit of a drone, but when you're cruising, that's not within your rev range, so it's not a problem at freeway speeds, even when you're driving normally. It's just for that little bit of starting off where you get a drone around 2000 RPM. The steering is incredibly precise, and you get so much feedback. It feels so connected to the front wheels. It's so precise, but the driving experience is quite raw and quite intense. You're not cosseted at all like you are with the Audi. Very much more of a pure driving experience. These lovely paddles do really feel that you've got a connection to that F1 gearbox. So you do have a switch on the right hand side for sport mode, and what that does is supposedly stiffen up the suspension and also increase the speed of the F1 transmission. So these seats are really supportive, really comfortable. There's quite deep bolstering on the seats, which kind of keeps you in position, which is nice. They have an electrical adjustment and some lumbar support as well built in. But you do get a beautiful view when you're driving of these beautiful curved front wings through the windscreen. It's very special. I'm personally regarding it as a classic. I quite like that. I can then excuse its raspy exhaust. Oh, well, it's a classic, so Nice try. So the exhaust is one of those issues which I'm having to think about. It is incredibly loud outside and it's incredibly loud in the cabin. It does sound great though from outside. It makes a fantastic sound, but at the same time it's really, really loud. So I'm thinking about whether I'm going to put some additional valves in the exhaust to try and just quieten that down now and again, but I probably keep them closed all the time. That's the trouble. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think about this Capristo Stage 3 exhaust? Should I keep it or maybe tone it down a bit? Be interested to hear your views. Keep forgetting where the window switches are. The window switches are really confusing because they're right next to the radio here in the middle, and I always go to the doors. Let's give it the beans here. Oof. Don't have much time to enjoy it before you have to slow down, I tell you. Get the picture? You can see when you're up in the revs, the gear changes are a lot more violent and a lot more rapid, which is good. The dinky little reverse lever just to put it into reverse. Okay, we'll give it a bit of a squirt up the hill. Okay, should we give it a go? Okay, that's the way it works. Far out. Okay, that's how it changes. So, okay, I think I better go before I lose my license. Okay, it's different beast high up in the rev range. Yeah, like the R8, you know, it was tamed down low but turned into a complete monster high up. This is the same. Wow. So that's about it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick experience of driving in this car, my first impressions of it, and you know, in summary, I'm really loving it. I'm loving the fact that it is a Ferrari. I'm loving the love that it gets. A lot of people really, you know, lots of thumbs up, lots of questions. Like I said in my previous video, you've got to be prepared to get that attention. So, you know, for me, it's nice to be part of a community of car owners. So lots more to come on this car. We've got a special drive day coming up, which I will give you more details about shortly. And in a future video, I'm going to be going through all the things that need to be done with this car, the things that have been done, and what the plans are for maintenance and improvements going forward. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like. It'd be great to have you as a subscriber and hit that notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.